Welcome back to Let's Store Any Percent No Major Glitches tournament. We have reached round 2 of the tournament. Today we have Shresh versus Zuivel fighting this match today. Whoever wins this match will go into the semifinals. Would you like to introduce? Joining me in the commentary booth, I have Vareem. Would you like to say hi?
Hey everyone.
And I have Upper. Would you like to say hi?
Hey all. What's good?
All right. So we have both the runners. All right, so I'm gonna count down 3, 2, 1, go, and on go you guys will go. Are you both one click away from starting the game?
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna do the countdown. So 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, runners.
Good luck.
Good luck. Back on the bus.
All right. Now we all know whoever gets the first door split first wins the entire race. So.
Oh, that's what it is. Wrong.
This is extremely important. You gotta see who has the faster mashing.
It's an important.
As we all know, the only skill that's tested in this video game.
Well, they're playing different languages.
They are.
Interesting. I thought
one on
simplified Chinese was faster, but they're clearly on different languages though, so I don't know what either of them are using.
One is probably using
Did Shresh
traditional
just click the
Chinese?
desktop?
Might have, yeah.
Oh no.
Alright, so I think Zuivel is gonna win the first door race. This doesn't bode well.
Wow.
Not a whole lot that can go wrong in the first split of the run, but
Sometimes.
Shresh
Shresh was actually telling us a little bit before the race here that that he kind of just woke up, so just chalk that up to you know.
Oh no.
Waking up. We'll get a few minutes into the run here, and he'll get back on track, I'm sure.
Yeah. Not a huge time loss. Both runners still in the BFS fights, just mashing heavy, light, as fast as they can.
Yeah. Yeah, this fight is super comfy. In a way, it's kind of nice to have something that's kind of easy like this at the start of the run, but that isn't necessarily just a cutscene.
Yeah,
just
it's sort of like
your way into it.
A warm up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What is a little comfy is this next split where we have a couple of really rough arenas.
Yeah.
Some of the harder ones in the run, I would say, for sure.
So let's see if Zuivel can get this first tech skip. Does get it, nice. Shresh doing a little cam shaking on the ladder there. Maybe a little frustration from having quit the game out. So between these two runners, Shresh does have the better PB by a decent margin. It's about a 3-minute gap between the two runners as far as PBs go. So we'll see how that translates to the race. You never know. Honestly, 3 minutes can vanish in a single death in this run, depending on where you take it. So you're never safe. You really got to make sure your game is on point.
Yeah, probably one of the closer matchups, I think. It's a 6 seed versus a 3 seed, so hopefully we can have a close race.
Nice start to this arena here for Zuivel. Ooh, the backpack is in a kind of awkward situation. Gonna have to go for a roll slash here. Ideally, that backpack isn't in the way of any of your shots, so that you can get 3 mana off it. We'll see if Shresh manages to pull that off. No, Shresh also has the backpack in the way.
Yeah, that's one of the things that makes this arena so tough, is just you actually use the backpacks for mana and they kind of go off wherever they want.
Yeah, Shresh having a bit of an easier time with the final backpack compared to Zuiivel there, so gonna make up a little bit of that time that was lost. Not too far behind now. Let's see if either of these runners gets sent off to space like I did yesterday.
Yeah,
Sedhone, you never know with Sedhone.
Absolutely launches you or himself into very strange places.
I'm really curious to see if we can turn that into an actual usable speed tech for an unrestricted run, but it feels so random, and where you end up is not at all useful most of the time that I'm kind of skeptical. But it would be cool to get a Sedhone warp somewhere fun. Yeah, both runners on their way to arena number 2 here. The main goal is going to be to just get through it cleanly and not take any damage, just so that you can enter that Guardian fight at full health. Good start to the arena here for Zuiivel.
For sure.
The grunts cooperate, gets to kill them both with one. Ooh. Maybe I took Shresh's role there. Maybe I caster cursed it.
What have you done?
I didn't expect that to happen. Ah, damn.
This is the deflect, yeah. Both the runners doing the light deflects on the 2 mage wave there. Which I can totally respect. I do the heavy reflect myself and miss it, like, I feel like 80% of the time.
You mean on the right side mage?
Yeah.
Yeah, the light deflect is the standard strat on that one. Just because it's so inconsistent, that heavy deflect, but yeah, you also go for the heavy deflect on the very first mage, which is
yeah, for sure. That one's not spooky though.
Maybe for some of us.
So it looks like Shresh made quite a bit of time back there.
Yeah, they're neck and neck here. This is perfectly even. Zuiivel is missing that little bit of HP, but otherwise perfectly matched up here.
See how Guardian goes. This is also, like, unironically one of the harder fights in the run, in my opinion, at least. Figuring out how this fight works is not simple, but the runners make it look very easy.
Yeah, fortunately, it's reasonably simple to practice.
Yeah,
and it's quick, so you can get a lot of practice in a short period of time, and yeah, it's really just about reps.
For sure. And both runners hitting the sign.
Yeah, we'll see. Zuiivel's missing a health, so we'll probably take a save and quit no matter what. Actually, Shresh got hit during the Guardian fight. I didn't even see that. So they'll probably both take a save and quit. So hitting the sign, not strictly necessary, but
yeah,
you know, they're not doing anything anyway while you wait for that elevator to come down. So
yeah, I like to hit it just because having full soul is kind of helpful at the start of a state. You don't need it, but like if you mess up a bunch of arrow shots, you have the extra soul to not have to hit mushrooms. But
yeah, I'm not sure if both these runners do go for pothead skip soul, because if you don't go for it, but you still want to heal, then you take the save and quit after taking the orb and crypt, and then the mana doesn't matter.
Yeah, for sure. I assume both these runners are going for pothead skip though, but I'm not certain of that. Runner's still very synced through this cutscene.
Yep. It'll be interesting to see how their estates go, how that separation plays out.
But yeah, so Shresh has made back the gap that he made from the quit to desktop there. Has taken just maybe even a slight little lead.
Yeah, about a 1 second lead here. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like Shresh is going for pothead skip souls. Zuiivel is not. Goes for the save and quit. So we'll probably go for Archer Soul.
They're very similar timing-wise. If you, assuming you get the potted skips first try, it's like 1 or 2 seconds faster, maybe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's a little bit faster to do pothead skip soul. It's a little bit comfier on the mana for right side.
That too, yeah.
And then it's also a little comfier at the end because you can sometimes, when going for the archer soul, get body blocked by the archers at the ladder, or maybe the mage is following you, body blocks you down on that ledge. So there's more ways for that to go wrong that can cost extra time.
Mm-hmm. Implying that there aren't ways that pothead skip can go wrong.
Just get the skip. There's more like kind of RNG influence ways that can go wrong, whereas pothead skip, it's deterministic. You can get good enough that you just get the skip. Shresh takes the little shortcut between the lamppost and the edge there, while Zuiivel kind of goes around. So Shresh saving a little bit of time there with a little bit more crisp movement.
That's news to me. So
you
what
can do it on both sides of that lamppost, actually.
Oh wow.
Or both sides of the exit.
If there's one thing I've learned from watching Shresh's commentary in the previous rounds, is that he's very knowledgeable about this game. I've watched my races as well as other races back, and just I'm learning so much just from watching Shresh.
Yeah, Shresh, it should be said, extremely prolific Death Star speedrunner. Like, has runs on basically every meme category, as like the record on all the meme categories, has done all the things, has done all soul orbs, all shrines, all bosses, hotpot, like you name it. If it's an NMG category, Shresh has done it. So has a lot of game knowledge to work with.
Yeah, he's also done like no hit runs too, which is was
Umbrella.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Umbrella, no upgrades.
So Zuiivel making pretty clean work of right side. Of course, I say that, and then takes an arrow to the back, but pretty good arenas. Only
we're doing Shresh proud here today.
Yeah. Shresh, of course, seems a little bit behind now because he got the pothead skip soul, so that'll even out at the end of a state.
Yeah, we won't really know for sure how it's looking until both these runners enter Manor. Zuiivel takes the time to kill that grunt there, which is kind of a mistake. You do want to leave that grunt for mana. It's definitely safer to kill it, but it does cost time. Misses a shot there. There we go, gets it. Didn't lose too much time to that. Does lose the mana though, so is only gonna have one chance to blow up this purple pot. Does miss, has to go for the max range heavy, but lands that, which is really clutch. It's a lot harder than it looks to get that heavy to hit the purple pot without also hitting yourself.
I mean, you can just stand right behind the torch, which is the perfect distance.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you don't really want to stick yourself right behind it either, so.
It's just being able to transition to doing that method quickly is definitely a skill. Shresh, by the way, lighting an extra brazier, so has 2 extra mages chasing him through the end of a state here.
Yeah, I wonder if that was intentional.
I think it was. It looked like it was.
No, he needed some soul. He just got killed 2 mages and went up to 1004, so maybe that's why. If so, that's some pretty heads-up play by Shresh. He was a little bit short on soul.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a risky way to go for extra soul. I'd probably prefer to kill the grunts on the way to the door, but I mean, if it works, it works. Looks like Shresh is about 3 seconds ahead here by the timers. It was, I think it was 12:51 entering Manor for Zuiivel and 12:48 for Shresh. So they're basically tied. It's neck and neck.
Wasn't paying attention to Zuiivel's soul, but let's see if he has enough.
Yeah. Does. Usually if you go for that archer route, you end up killing more stuff, so it's not too surprising.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy. how
Shresh getting some
close
really
things
slow
are.
loads.
Yeah, Trish doesn't have as good as a computer. It's I'm surprised that they're pretty synced up, especially since Shresh quit out the game. But yeah,
Zuiivel had to wait for a mage teleport there. Let's see if Shresh can do it better.
It does.
Yeah, a light deflect into the explosive pot means 2 arrows will kill that mage. Gets through it nice and clean. Only has 2 mana here though, so the room after this one might actually end up a little awkward. Gonna have to do a good job at those shots, make sure not to miss. We'll only end up with 2 mana going up this ladder. Meanwhile, Zuiivel has 3, so can afford to miss a shot.
Yeah, hitting that mage with that explosive pot is not easy. That's pretty slick to see for sure. Yeah, Shresh just out of mana here, has to hit some pots, which is fine.
Zuiivel having a little trouble hitting this this long range trick shot. They burn on stream simultaneously. Shresh is a little bit ahead here just on timer, but it's cool to see the videos synced up like that.
Yeah, this perfect sync here. Entering this first Lickitung arena. Both get the
Really
same
good pattern.
But yeah, Shresh doing the roll forward while Zuiivel just full charge to heavy, which is very similar. It's the same amount of damage, but the roll slash will get you a little closer, so.
Yep, for the follow-up. It was pretty much the evolution of that strat. It started as the full charge heavy and morphed into the roll slash just to close that distance. But they're, I mean, as you saw there, they're very close in timing, so it's really just what's comfy.
All right,
See how they handle this arena.
Manner.
Everyone does this arena a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Zuiivel opts for the just focus one down at a time strat while Shresh is grouping them up. Shresh does an excellent job there. That was super fast. Zuiivel did a nice job as well. Didn't take any damage.
Doing both runners are grabbing the seed? Yeah, it looks that way.
Yeah, this is one of those seeds that in a race format, it almost seems silly to skip. Shresh gets the 1 cycle, Zuiivel just barely misses it. So gonna be a bit of a sketchy imploft here.
Yeah, 2 HP imploft is never fun. Also 0 mana, which is... Whenever I have 0 mana entering imploft, all the imps, yeah, they all are running away.
Yep.
That's just how that works.
Oh,
If you have full mana, they're all in your face, and otherwise, not the case.
Shresh blitzed through that imploft.
Yeah,
I
that was
blinked
very
and Shresh was at the end. Really nice last shot there from Zuiivel.
Yeah.
Shresh's soul gathers at 1651. Zuiivel at 1715, so Shresh opening up a pretty sizable advantage here so far.
Zuiivel also taking a heal here, which is fine.
Yeah,
Not very slow. Obviously puts him down a seed, but 2 HP for the rest of the split is...
and that heal right there, I think, is why you probably have to grab that great seed.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna want the other seed that you grabbed for ruins later on. Shresh entering the arena for Crow Soul 3 here. It's a good pattern. It's a good pattern, but it's a tricky pattern.
Zuiivel was struggling struggling a little bit with the grunts there, but managed to get at it.
Zuiivel gets the same pattern, opts to just back off a little bit, which is definitely a good decision.
Yeah,
Everything
pretty clean
dies.
arena.
Yeah, really nicely. Probably saved a little time on Shresh there.
So it looks like Zuiivel's using his actual splits because you can see the timer changing from green to red. I don't know about Shresh. If Shresh is either ahead or just using blank splits. Interesting to sort of see which runners do what, just like psychology wise, if they're interested in knowing their time or not.
Yeah, I had a debate myself before my match of which one I was going to do, and I wound up going with the lazy option of just not wiping the splits.
Fair enough. I wiped them myself. It's also, yeah, interesting to know if they're listening to comms, have chat open, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So Zuiivel actually was typing in chat a little bit earlier, so
Oh jeez. Yeah, I think it's wise. My opinion on the strategy of it is you want to have an idea of where the other runner is, so you can gauge what kind of strategies you're using. So I think for me personally, I like having the stream open, but I don't have comms or chat or anything like that. Just to gauge the level of risk I need to take.
I think Zuiivel fell off the ledge there. He had to do a second lap around.
Yeah, this room is
Fell off. I saw his bird was fluttering for a second there, but
the room is just the worst. It looks so innocent. There's no enemies in it, and yet it can cost like 20 seconds. Just one like slip of the analog stick.
Zuiivel just getting sniped at the very end there.
And it gets through it. Both runners going to be on their way to the first Avarice here. Shresh, the Mad Lad, leaves the mouse cursor in the center of the screen after the after the web fire shot. I always, during the save quit, move it off the screen because it drives me crazy. Zuiivel as well with the mouse cursor. I can't handle it.
I've never noticed it myself.
Well, now you'll always notice it, and you'll have to move it.
Or that's only, is it because they're using the keyboard on quitouts?
It's because they used the mouse for the web shot in Soul 1.
Yeah.
So it ends up in that position on the screen, and it just stays there.
But don't you not see the cursor if you're...
It shows up only on the main menu.
Oh, does it show up on the menu? I see, okay.
Yeah. Interesting. Shresh, slightly, like, small variation on the standard strat there. Shoots the right side spinning pot, and then heavies the left side one. Doesn't seem to really make a difference.
I love the bow strats in Ava 1, like, particularly on the first wave.
Yeah. It's especially nice. Important note about the green pots, the pots that spit the projectiles, is they actually just need one arrow and then a heavy deflect to kill.
Yeah.
Sometimes on that first wave you can line it up so that you can also get both of those green pots that way, but it's a lot tougher because they shoot their projectiles at the same time, since they spawn simultaneously. But definitely the fastest way to do the arena. Shresh had a mostly clean arena here, got hit at the very end, but overall probably pretty happy with that. Zuiivel has dealt with all of the tiny enemies, so just has the Lickitung to deal with. Lickitung being a little bit of a jerk.
They do. But he gets through it.
Yep, takes care of it. So, Shresh has extended the lead a little bit here, collects Fireball spell at 2239. Now, didn't kill very many enemies in Imploft, I imagine, because got through it so cleanly. So it's probably going to go grab Spider Souls here. Curious to see what Zuiivel does. I'm not sure what Zuiivel's situation looks like.
I think we cleaned up that many imps in Imploft, but Shresh grabbing the umbrella for the swag.
A little bit of swag. You'd love to see it. Yeah, Shresh is already doing just fine on Soul here. Doesn't need to kill any extra spiders, but does get a whole bunch, so gonna be very safe on Soul. Should not have any problem at all getting enough for Strength 4 going into Lockstone. Let's see how Zuiivel looks. Similarly, looks pretty good.
Yeah, I have no idea how to judge the soul numbers myself. Still, like, yeah, it's crazy. So, like, I obviously I have a pretty reasonable time, but I'm still just like very new, and I'm like learning all these things about the game. And yeah, soul numbers are one thing that I just have no clue about at all. I just always go get spiders, always kill as many spiders as I can.
Have you had a run yet, or a situation where you ended up short going into?
I don't think so. Maybe once, but you can just get the extra soul orb, right? If you always get spiders, like there's the soul orbs in.
Yeah. It's quite sad though.
I know I've skipped the soul orb after the elevator in Lockstone because you don't need that sometimes. And then I have been just like randomly like one soul short for like Dex 1 going into like the Witch's Lair.
Yeah, that seems like a gamble that I'm not going to be taking.
Yeah.
both runners doing some good claps there while they wait for the gondola.
Yeah, very important.
Love to see it.
Yeah, it worked a little bit. It worked not bad when I was newer and was dying a lot and thus getting a lot of extra soul.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like 20 or 30 extra soul, and then you're good to skip that last soul orb. But yeah, as you get better, you're killing less and less enemies.
Yeah, if the soul counts don't seem tight at all, and then yeah, you keep on improving as you said, and the margins get really tight. Really nice train of grunts there for Shresh. If Shresh was hurting for soul, would not be anymore.
Yeah. Tactically waiting to pick up the key before opening the door.
Not sure what happened to Zuiivel. I don't know, was there like a cam lock or something? Because Zui is back on the gondola.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, actually, I looked back. Yeah, he did cam lock, and he had the.
That's interesting. I've heard it happened to a few people. It has never happened to me, and I've run this game a lot. I'm really curious what causes that.
It happened to me once, and going back on the gondola and also saving and quitting didn't fix it. The strategy that I use when cam lock now is you go jump in the water. Just off screen there, and that actually works. Although it does make you take a damage, but
yeah, but that's way better.
Yeah.
that's a great tip that will definitely give Zuiivel after the race. But yeah, I've never had it happen to me, but I've heard of it happening to several people. I wonder if it's just like the way that you move on the gondola.
My theory that I cannot back up with facts or anything is just that if you're like spamming clap while you actually transition, it can happen. But
I always make sure not to spam through. But that's just because it animation locks you.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, one time I had like animation locked and also cam locked, so I assume that they were related, but I don't actually know at all.
I mean, it's probably a good advice anyway to not spam through the transition. Shresh, by the way, having a great Vine arena there. I see Grad in chat mentioning something about a frame perfect getting off the gondola thing. I can promise it's not that.
I think Shresh is using traditional Chinese. Maybe that's why it's like
Yeah,
different. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I was saying earlier.
Okay.
Shresh coming into one of the funnest arenas in the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a good time. Oh, gets bopped a little bit by Grunt there. Gets a nice deflect though to make up for that. Probably didn't really lose very much time at all. This last wave is actually the trickiest one, in my opinion. That very last 3 grunt section, it can be very difficult to manipulate them to all clump for the bomb.
Yeah, one of them's pretty far away.
But yeah, Shresh gets through it just fine. We're seeing Zuiivel now doing the Vine Arena.
Everyone does this Vine Arena slightly differently too.
Yep.
I do a lot of deflects and then jump down, Zuiivel gathering them all up on the bottom there, and that was pretty fast.
It was solid.
All right, nice visit to Jazz Mom.
Yeah, Zuiivel takes the long way around that tree there. Sometimes you just end up at an awkward angle and
Yeah.
don't feel like going for
Or
the-
you just
the
forget
roll.
about it because this area is very long and very samey.
Yeah, definitely. People get lost here so much, both in casual play and when picking up the speedrun for the first time. It's so easy to get lost here. And one of the things I always say is like the area it's kind of designed in a way to make you get lost. There's a section where you hit a vine and go up on a ledge, and the camera pans up and to the left, and the actual way you're supposed to go is like down and to the right, and the camera itself is like trying to fool you.
Fooling you. All right, Shresh getting strength 3 and going back into Mushroom Dungeon.
I don't think that was the first like cam log for Zuiivel. Like he had it actually in like a previous match and for Ava 3 for the hookshot spell, where it also cam log when he was leaving
Oh, really?
that Avarice. Yeah, it was an interesting one.
I've never had any of these these weird cam locks.
Fortunately,
Very
the Ava 3 one shouldn't be as much of an issue nowadays.
Yeah, no.
'cause
Yeah, no, you just
now
run
you're
off the
just
edge.
pulling yourself off the edge. That has been recently rediscovered, question mark, as the faster way to get back to Castle Lockstone after Ava 3.
Yeah, but yeah, Shresh with a fairly commanding lead here, but dungeon is extremely dangerous, and a death here costs so much time.
It really does.
There are some safety strats you can opt to go for, but they're pretty slow themselves, and so I honestly don't think we're going to see Shresh go for them.
Yeah.
And so one mistake here in dungeon, and this could be an even race all over again.
Bit of trolling from spiders there, but nothing too terrible from Shresh. Also, falling off the wall here can be
Oh yeah.
a bit of a time loss, but Shresh makes it no problem.
Fortunately, that roll is actually a lot easier than it looks and feels at first. You can commit pretty hard, like to the left, and not actually like go over to the other side. I think there's kind of an innate fear of falling over to the left side there, but I've never had it happen, to be honest. I only ever fail that roll if I'm too scared and I end up going too far down.
Okay, I'm gonna let Shresh finish this arena before saying anything. Learning. Okay, a very clean arena by Shresh there. Very good
Yep.
stuff.
One of the spiders being a little mean at the end, but not too mean. Doesn't dodge all the arrows at least. That's the worst is when they dodge like 2 or 3 heavies and you say, okay, well I'll just use arrows, and then they hop away from all of those and you're out of ammo and they're far away and you want to reset so badly.
And Zuiivel not using the exploding plant in Arena 1, just cleaning things up manually, which isn't too much slower, but the spiders definitely cooperated there.
Yeah, it was nice. See, Shresh going for this strat here. Ooh, gets rocked by a fireball there. Really far away from the hammer row here, so it's gonna opt to clean up a spider. Nice roll slash there. Ooh, Zuiivel only partially charges that fireball, doesn't get the double light. Is probably gonna just have to go for the intended strat for this puzzle. There we go.
Yeah, Zuiivel does the 3 rolls in that room. I personally like the 2 rolls. I find it a lot comfier, but
Yeah,
that's what Shresh did also.
It depends on where you end up firing that first fireball from, so a lot of it just comes down to what your movement into the room looks like. You know, which one ends up feeling best. I usually play it by ear. Zuiivel on 1 HP. Only has spiders to contend with. Oh! So scary.
only spiders, yeah.
Okay. We're good. We've got a seed. There's a pot right here. It's one of the fastest pots to grab in the entire game.
Shresh moving into a Tro 4, which is arguably one of the harder ones, casually certainly.
Yeah, this
No
is the
spiders,
one.
at least, so.
Yeah, here on 3 HP. This is the one that is the hardest when you're playing casually and when you're first starting the speedrun, but becomes the most consistent after some time spent, just because there's no spiders. All the enemies reasonably able to be predicted. The only thing that can throw a wrench in the works is these hammer bros deciding to do the early hammer raise cycle or not. But very much able to play around that, and Shresh does a good job.
No thistle skip today from Shresh with 2 HP. Makes sense.
Well, Zuiivel cleaning up Arena 3.
Curious if Zuiivel will do Arena 4 on 3 HP or not.
I don't know if he's gonna have a choice. I don't know if he still has a seed.
I think he has 1. I could be wrong though.
Oh, he might have grabbed the malformed seed.
Oh yeah, he grabbed the 1, yeah. So we'll see. How confident is he feeling?
And it goes for the heal.
Completely respectable decision.
Yeah, dying in Mushroom Dungeon Arena 4 is one of the worst deaths you can take in the entire run. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's either that or Ice Arena, right?
yeah, that Ice Arena, End of Gauntlet.
Oh yeah,
Those are
sure.
probably like the top 3 worst places to die.
All right, Shresh into Ava 2.
Yeah, let's see if we get a really good cycle here to start. Opposite roll to the right here. That's quite interesting.
Ooh.
Maybe trying to get the triple kill there. Just try to have the slashes kill the fire plant, kill the hammer bro,
Yeah.
and deflect at the left one, but doesn't quite work out. Oh, it's getting dangerous. Just has to calm down a little bit here. There we go. Zuiivel so far doing a good job in the hammer bro arena. It's only taken 1 hit so far.
Spider's being a little mean.
Zuiivel's in a very scary place. Fun fact, in this corner, you can actually manipulate the hammer bros to walk off the ledge into the water. There's a few places here. where the Hammer Bros can walk into the water, but it's slower than just killing them.
Shresh getting every single mage but the very last one. Missing the last deflect, but not a big deal. Gets through Hava2 cleanly enough.
Yep, Shresh leaving Avarice. Zuiivel on the way to open the door.
So yeah, Zuiivel, having used a bunch of seeds, only has the single one, which is fine, but something to be aware of as we go into the later stages of the run.
Yeah, Shresh here, having quite a good run here so far. Only about 40 seconds behind his PB pace. So,
Yeah, very spicy pace.
looking quite good.
Has 1,009 soul coming out of Hava2, so you can really see how tight the soul routing can be, like the extra spiders and spider layer being pretty much that 9 soul right there.
Yep. Oh, a little bit of an awkward positioning on that quick door. Doesn't quite get it, but it's just a couple seconds. It's not a huge deal. It's just the animation.
Weevil opting to kill the grunts in wave 2 first, which worked out pretty well. Had on full health. Got rid of the archer.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the less scary option of the two. If you haven't done like a ton of practice.
Yeah. So Weevil just hacking and slashing these mages. Those last two spawn right on top of each other. Very nice.
Love to see that.
Yeah, I don't know if that was an intentional strat or if just I know I've had problems just remembering what wave comes when and just not realizing that it's the mage wave and that you should just be standing in the center as opposed to going towards the doors and slashing them. But
yeah, memorizing all of the arenas is definitely one of the challenges of approaching this run as a new runner, or really as an intermediate runner. Once you kind of get your legs and you're not strictly just reacting to what you're seeing, and you kind of want to be prepared for everything, it's hard to keep it all in line in your head.
yeah. And especially the Avarices, because they're all just in the exact same arena. You know, they're all 4 waves long. Very easy to get them mixed up.
Alright, so Zuiivel grabbing Strength 4, Shresh heading into Lockstone. Zuiivel grabs the extra mana off of the lamppost there. Fun little strat. Yeah, Zuiivel also only about 6 soul over the required amount.
Right, are we gonna see some diagram strats?
I have a hunch we won't, but I don't know, these runs could surprise me. Not sure what Shresh has been up to. I haven't seen a Shresh stream in a little while, so I'm curious to see what Shresh has been working on. Opts for the safe strat here. I think this makes
Crow
sense.
one, that's
Yeah, for
really
Crow.
reasonable.
Yeah, Crow 1, the diagram strats can save, I think at most it's like 2 seconds, and the risk is so huge. Very understandable to not go for it.
Those
The imps.
it's pro dodging there.
Really nice second wave. A bit of an awkward roll.
I got sniped.
Probably gonna see a save and quit here from Shresh. Oh, definitely gonna see a save and quit here from Shresh.
Getting through this arena without taking damage is actually impossible, I'm pretty sure.
It's a tough
There's
one.
just So many things that go wrong in that arena in particular. There's the imps, there's the hammer bro that tends to just throw a fireball in your face right as you roll slash into him.
Yeah, the timing on that is actually quite tight. Between killing the green mage and getting that roll slash in, you have to be really on point with with your inputs there.
And the archers too could just snipe you out of nowhere. It's a tough arena.
That'll be Zuivel's turn. Meanwhile, Shresh is going for this first brazier. Let's see if Shresh gets the ladder climb. Does get it, nice. Yeah, so the tip for that ladder climb is that it allows you to interact with the ladder during the transition to the cutscene. And so you just want to do that second roll as late as you can, so you get as much movement toward the ladder as possible. That is the tech.
All right, Arena 2. Fun with bomb strats. Very nicely done by Shresh there. Oh, he gets just smacked by that grunt, though.
Yeah. Nice transition into killing the mage so that it doesn't get a teleport off. It was really smart, really well done. Even though the hammer row is already half the way to the bottom right, decides to lead it to the left because it does put you a bit closer to this ladder here. So again, just smart, knowledge of the enemy AI and manipulating them to do what Shresh wanted.
Of course, you open with bombs on the hammer bro because it damages their shield as well as them, so you get some double value there.
Yeah, it's really nice. I remember before we started bombing that, it was a time.
The thing has a lot of HP.
Yeah. Zuivel, we should mention, got through Arena 1 pretty painlessly. Took one hit, decided to save and quit, but overall it was fairly smooth.
Yeah, Zuivel looks to be just like one crow behind, but also his timer is about a minute ahead too, so there's that as well.
Yeah, this is definitely a sizable lead for Shresh. Shresh going for the diagram strat here in Arena 3, does get it. Doesn't go for the full diagram strat, which is my preferred method as well. Does slash the very first button, and that leaves you with an extra arrow in this puzzle, just in case you miss one of these switches, because failing that puzzle is incredibly sad.
It's very true. I would say discovered, but yeah, I realized that you can actually, if you do find yourself short soul in that last one, you can set your respawn point, because it only sets your respawn point when you actually stand on platforms. So you can go and hit the last switch with your sword, but not actually stand on the platform, and then when you die, you get teleported back to near the switch again.
That's cool tech. I like that.
Yeah, it's a nice little backup to know, at least.
Yeah. Zuivel, by the way, makes quick work of Soul 2 there. Does opt to get this seed, which makes sense.
Yeah,
because Zuivel has used a bunch of seeds already in this run, so is running a little bit low.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention if Shresh got it. I don't know what their seed count is like, but they haven't used any, so
I have 4. Yeah.
Just a comfy number to have.
Yeah, that'll carry you through the rest of the run, no problem.
Yeah. I certainly know as a beginner runner, using 2 or 3 seeds in the Flooded Fortress was not all that uncommon.
But definitely. Zuivel opting for a bit of an old school strat, maybe a hundo strat, you could say, for that puzzle there. Goes to grab the seed and shoots through those walls to hit all the switches. Unfortunately, is going to have to do this. Sadly, not listening in on comms, does not know the for casserole tech here to save a little bit of time in the event that you miss.
It does, of course, also deal you a damage, which is a bit spooky coming into this arena, but This arena is usually not too bad. But yeah, it's not without its risks, certainly. And I say this as
Yeah.
Zuiivel gets pummeled by arrows.
People played that a little bit safe, which is completely understandable being at 2 HP.
Shaking the camera a little bit.
All right. Meanwhile, Shresh did Arena 4. I saw only the last Halberd kill, and it looked good. So, oh, that's kind of scary. On the way to this Ava, but end up okay. Good. Was really close to the door when interacting, which often leads to the bug where you can't actually enter the Avarice for a little while. But kind of rubs his face against that corner there, which seems to give you the magic juice to allow you to walk through.
Wait, where is Zuiivel going?
Dude, I think he
Didn't
early
get the
quit
key.
out.
Yeah, early quit out.
Oh, or just okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
was gonna
have
say,
to wait for
did
the
he
screen
die to the
flash.
torch or something? Because I've had that one happen, but.
Oh, maybe. Maybe died to the lasers? Does that not stay open?
I don't know. He had 2 HP coming out of that arena though, so maybe it must have just been a quit out. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. It's just bizarre that that gate doesn't stay open. I didn't even know that.
No, but like I think he just quit out after the arena, after the crow. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, after the crow, yeah.
I see. Yeah, sorry, I missed that. I was watching Shresh.
Yeah. Many arenas going on here. Shresh cleaning up Ava 4.
Yeah, important
Right,
note is that
early.
Shresh actually doesn't get a high enough frame rate to do the Smo strats, so has to do rolls between all the attacks there.
Not really.
It ends up being, honestly, it's similarly fast. It's just
Yeah.
definitely scarier.
Less comfy for sure.
Yeah.
Well, so we were cleaning up Crow 4 with no problems. And he'll be heading to Everest himself. I sure hope nothing terrible happens while leaving Ava 3. Oh
And
no,
here comes the Death
Shresh.
Warp.
Falling off the edge. Ah.
It goes to the plunge on one of them. Shoutouts. I went and did a small timing between the two yesterday. I only sampled like one of each, and it was from a run, so it wasn't like best conditions. But the time I ended up with was literally identical to the millisecond. So, honestly, probably not worth downslashing, but it doesn't matter.
Alright, so Shresh now cleaning up the rest of Castle Lockstone. He's getting the rest of the torches. Pretty long and movement intensive split. I kind of enjoy it. I really like, I mean, hookshot movement is just really fun.
I agree. I
I'm
know a
actually
lot
kind
of
of sad
people.
about the Death Warp after Ava 3, because that movement's pretty fun and has some
Yeah,
like, laggy hookshots.
yeah, the cool like hook shots across to hit the very top of the poles and stuff.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. A question from chat: does anyone know what the time save on death after Ava 3 versus walking back is? It's around 8 to 10 seconds.
Yeah, pretty significant. Zuiivel making good work of Ava 3 here. Full health still for Smo.
Opting to do all lights here. Just a little extra safe. But yeah, I do really enjoy this movement. There's a large contingent of people that hate the split. Which I can understand, but I don't know. I think there's some really swaggy movement here, and there's there's not a ton of like really intense movement in the run.
Yeah.
It's kind of just this and Flooded Fortress, really. So I like it.
Coming up to gate skip. One of the reasons people dislike this split is because there's a couple of spots where you can just lose 10 seconds for messing up a simple jump, but Shresh gets it there.
Yeah, opts for the tried and true old school strategy there.
Yeah, a lot of different strats in that room too that a lot of different people do. I don't know who it was. I think it was the last race. Someone did like hookshotting diagonally across that room, which I had never seen before.
That was me.
Look, well, was it
I
you?
did that.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Didn't you, both of you fought each other? You both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We watched the VODs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to see Uppers PB.
Speaking of race PBs, that's where Zuivel's last PB comes from. Also, his last race. Been a lot of PBs in races. In fact, possibly like more PBs than not PBs in these races.
Yeah, it's been pretty wild.
Yeah. I wonder where Shresh should go next.
Maybe you should go ask Jefferson for a tip.
Yeah, probably a good idea. All right, Shresh is done with Castle Lockstone. Zuivel just cleaning up the last couple torches.
But one fun fact, I know Shresh was for a while after Hookshot grabbing the soul orb on the way back to Lockstone in order to get I believe a haste upgrade at the end of the run. Obviously that death warp kind of gets rid of that possibility now. So that does actually change the movement up there a little bit at the very end of the run. I'm kind of curious if
sorry, you said Shresh was doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Curious if that might cause some complications later. Ooh. Little swaggy diagonal hookshot to finish there by Zuivel.
Yeah, very nice. Also getting a pretty distant fireball shot there. I'm very cowardly. Will always go until I can actually see the torch.
Yeah, that shot is actually one of the hardest shots to hit in the game. It feels consistent until it's not. For me, it's like I go through periods of nailing it, and then like just weeks of having to do multiple shots and roll further into the room and being very sad.
Yeah.
Because you are really far away from your target there. The auto aim is not especially kind. So let's see how Shresh handles watchtowers here. Let's get bumped once. Not the end of the world.
Goes for the close range hookshot here. If you hookshot from farther away, that halberd will always jump into the air, which some people prefer. I personally find it comfier, but it doesn't save time either way. It's whatever works for you.
Yep. I'm always a fan of when there's strats that are different but equivalent time-wise for just player expression and ability to like have something that's a little bit more comfortable for some people versus others.
Yeah,
it's always kind of nice when that's presented as an option.
Very nice arena there, getting some damage out of the laser.
Zuivel actually had a really sweet grunt spawn there for a hook shot, but didn't check to see if it was there, so couldn't take advantage.
Shresh not cronking the switch, which is understandable at his at his level of play, but a bit scary. Dying in Ice Arena is certainly one of the scarier places to die.
I think Shresh's thumb slipped off the stick there for a second, almost rolled right off the edge.
All right, Zuiivel and Shresh as well, both not grabbing the seed in the Camp of Crows, which is fair enough. Zuiivel does have 2 seeds, so should be okay at this point.
Yeah, worst case scenario, if somehow you end up burning your seeds really hard here in Watchtowers, there's a few other seeds you can grab.
Yeah.
There's the one at the very end of the ice sliding around. There's a couple on the Path to Flooded Fortress. So skip them now, and if you end up actually needing them later, then there's always more backup seeds. That's one of the benefits both these runners have, and a bunch of the runners in the tournament have from running 100%, is a very good knowledge of seed locations. So
Yeah,
always know where the backups are.
I certainly don't have any clue where a lot of them are, particularly in the late game. But Shresh going for the key strats in the Ice Arena, going to the left side first.
I believe it's TFT strats.
That was the TFT, my bad.
Yeah, TFT started doing this going to the left side first strat, I believe. And then I added in that hook shot across to the mage and killing it in midair, which made it a little faster.
And comfy too, honestly.
Yeah, although recently that mage has been giving me some trouble.
Yeah.
So maybe I regret doing that a little bit.
Also, Zuiivel at 1 HP, exiting the arena, going for the boomer is always a little bit scary. Like, boomers aren't the most terrifying enemy in the game, but
yeah, you just never know. Like, sometimes the perspective is just incredibly confusing, and you think you're oh my god.
yeah.
And you think you're
no.
Zuiivel. You think you're safe, but you're not, because the perspective just gets you.
Yeah.
It's so unfortunate. Shresh had a little bit of trouble at Ice Arena, but nothing too bad. On the way to Betty, we'll definitely just take the door and save quit here.
Yeah, I have when I'm at 1 HP, what always happens to me is I'll roll off the edge and fall and have to walk all the way back around to the ladder. Which happens. Oh, this halberd's gonna follow him all the way over here.
Yeah, you can actually get sometimes that halberd to jump into the pit over there, which is convenient, but oh my. It's so spooky. It's so menacing the way that it jumps.
Oh no, he's being nice and staying down there.
Yeah, we'll start
I definitely have seen him come up to the boomer arena, and makes your life very difficult.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Shresh got hit by Betty once here, but did get the roll skip. Should be able to clean this up.
Ooh.
Snowball being a little rude, but it's fine. That was definitely one of the nicest little innovations in boss strategy, is finding out that you could skip that roll phase of Betty if you just did enough damage before it.
Yeah.
Because dealing with that roll phase is actually such a pain and such a time loss.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that, like, the fight, I guess, gets easier as you get better at it. Like, it makes it, like, unfortunate for new runners who, you know, you go look at the top strats and it, like, looks very easy, but if you're just a little bit worse at it, now you have to deal with rolls, which is just the hardest attack. And
I think what gets a lot of new runners is the way the iframes work, in that they're kind of baked into the very, like, first portion of the roll.
Mm-hmm.
It gets people quite a lot.
All right, let's see how Zuiivel handles Ice Arena.
So you'll go in for the older strats here. Ooh.
Gating
Some
with all the
claps from
grunts.
Lord of Doors on the left, cheering Zuiivel on. Down to 2 health here before the Hammer Bros is never a comfy place to be.
It is not.
Oh! I believe in you, Zuiivel. Nice. Good job cleaning up the rest of that wave. Nice job on that first Hammer Bro. Heading on to the second one here. Now, left the archers alive, but they seem to be cooperating, not causing too many problems.
Put it there nicely.
Yeah, Shresh has to kill the piranha plant there before bombing the wall.
Yeah. I've started opting for hookshotting that piranha and then just killing it every time. Because I am bad at aiming bombs, apparently.
Yeah, and I know you don't like to switch to mouse as much. That's why I always use mouse for that bomb.
Yeah, fair. But honestly, the hookshot doesn't even feel that slow because you do get a nice hookshot out of it. But I don't know, I should time it at some point and see if it's actually...
Yeah, it seems like it could be faster. My only concern is like whether the time spent having to kill or dodge the piranha plant costs you the time that you would have saved anyway.
But Zuiivel into Betty. Looking good so far.
Yep, I think that was a full charge there as well. Always nice when you can get those full charges. Not strictly necessary in NMG. You do have enough damage, basically no matter what, even if you just do... Shresh getting the float bug there for a second. Even if you do get just the minimum charge heavy there, you have plenty of damage with the 4 strength. Interesting to note, in unrestricted, where you only have 2 strength, 1 dex for this fight, you do actually need those full charge heavies. You will not get the roll skip if you don't execute that fight really well. Shresh rolling into the water. Oops. Can always happen. That's the thing about this movement split. It looks so innocent. You're just like moving your way over, but the analog stick angles are kind of tight, and your thumb kind of has to go all over the place because you're rolling in like all different directions here, and one little slip and you're in the water.
Yeah, I've sort of wondered about using like keyboard for like movement like this, because you can it's more consistent angles, and then B, like the angles are just always exactly 45 degrees and whatnot, right? So
yeah,
you always move exactly along the platforms.
It could be good. You would have to probably do a lot of practice.
Yeah, for sure.
Keyboard movement pretty unintuitive for us controller runners. Opts not to save and quit. Grabs the door, which I think literally everyone should always do in a race.
Yeah, in a race, certainly.
Oh.
Down to 2 HP though he does have like 4 seeds, and there are a lot of pots along this route.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see if Shresh opts for the heal here at Mage Hook. Oh, does go for the safety switch over there in case of death, so that doesn't have to do the boomer skip again. Opts not to heal though. No mana. Awkward moment. Always so awkward. You clap your hands together and nothing comes out.
I thought he was just waiting for the mages because he wanted to beat them up, but no, just out of mana. Fair enough.
Little matrix dodge of that arrow there.
No kidding. Opting to arrow that last switch too, instead of
scary.
Hookshotting it. Also
Nice.
not healing here, saving his heal for the arena, which is the fastest way, certainly.
Yep.
And this arena's not too bad usually either.
Yep, it is important to get this heal in before the second wave starts, because otherwise you do lose time grabbing it. So it does get it here, which is good. The way this arena works, it's basically 2 massive waves. The first wave ends with this mage, And then once everything that has spawned up till that mage is dead, then these boomers spawn in and the rest of the wave slowly trickles. So you really just want to have everything dead. Like, you want to kill that mage on spawn and have it be the last thing alive. And then for this wave here, again, there's a mage that spawns on the bottom left platform, which we'll see in a little bit. And same principle. So that's when we refer to this arena as an auto scroller, that's what we mean. If you play it super clean, then there's a fair bit of wiggle room to be able to kill everything in each wave before the next wave has a chance to start. Shresh there not getting a super clean wave there on the second half, but does get through it. Is almost certainly going to take this heal.
Showing us that crows are in fact not water birds, as Zuiivel was also doing on the other side of the screen while walking through Fortress.
Getting stuck on that box. I feel like it is almost identical time to kill that box and roll through where it was versus go around it. So if you find yourself getting stuck on the corner of that box, you can totally just kill it. You can just break it.
Yeah, I choose to break them.
So we have opting not to do gate skip.
Not gate skip, yeah.
Probably just has not practiced it. Totally fair. It's not that slow to hit the lever, so. Oh, Shresh does not get the armor break strats here for phase 1. Does have to get an extra hop.
Getting some nice doubles with the fireballs there. As Zuiivel enters Fortress. Oh, dunking again.
Yeah, Shresh angled that. Oh, doesn't have enough mana for a bomb here. Okay, this fight's gonna get very awkward. Shresh is gonna have to really improvise. Probably shoot an arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, smart, safe play there. Just shoot at the arrow, get those platforms back. Probably gonna end up having to kill the Frog King on the right side after the jump, but definitely a lot better than what could have happened.
And those platforms respawn as soon as you hit the mace. Like, you don't have to wait for it to visually.
Yeah, and that's the case. That's the case for every single pink switch platform in the game.
But yeah, Shresh was sort of hovering over a lake of water there for a second as he hit the mace and then rolled towards Frog King right away.
So Shresh wraps up Frog King on a pretty nice pace. Meanwhile, we have Zuiivel doing Mage Hookant. A nice job getting that shot away. Man, it looks so nice when the mages aren't there. Maybe I should start killing the mage.
Yeah. Yeah, so that whole movement split gets very hectic if you decide to not kill any of the enemies. But yeah, if you pick off the mages in particular, quite a bit.
Yeah, the worst thing is they can spawn between you and the switch you're trying to hit. And even if they're not directly in line, the auto aim is strong enough that it'll pull your arrow to the side. And it costs a ton of time, and it's extremely depressing. Nice job on that arena.
Yeah, Shresh moving into one of my favorite splits is Observatory. Again, it's just really fun hookshot movement.
Yep. Oh, did Zuiivel hookshot to the switch there and have to drown?
Oh yeah, I guess so. I didn't quite see. I saw him falling in the water. I thought he just walked in. But yeah, it might have been a hookshot.
Shresh has to take 2 attempts at the little roll skip there at the start of a observation, but does get it. The swag strats here only does 2 arrow version.
You can do 3, which I believe saves a bit of time, but
yeah, 3 is a little faster than 2. 4 is the same speed as 3, but riskier.
Zuiivel missing the first armor break there on facing off against he who is without middle initial or mercy.
Yeah, the guzzler of the non-committal.
Yep. And Shresh lighting the furnace before triggering the cutscene, which is always good to see.
Yep. Not in world record at the moment, but you know, it's a good strat. We won't talk about it.
There's also no spider lair in world record currently, isn't there?
True. Shresh doesn't quite catch the first cycle there, but
Yeah, it's a tough one to make, but it's also not a very significant one.
yeah, we'll see how this fireball goes. Nice, really, really good fireball.
Yeah,
And Zuivel,
that particular furnace makes no sense.
I agree with you completely. Zuivel does an excellent job getting the kill on Frog King while Frog King's still on the left side there, unlike Shresh, who had to wait for the jump. So saved a little bit of time there. Zuivel, I believe, still on pace for a sub 130.
This is another tricky section for new runners, just remembering which rooms you're supposed to have hookshot equipped as you move into versus fireball.
Yeah, the spell management here is it's a little tricky. Very convenient purple pot there.
Yeah.
Love to
Missed
see
it on the
that.
way in, but worked out on the way out.
Zuivel also gonna have to try the roll skip again. Gets it second try. It's so nice moving through this area with hookshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously we do reverse boss order in this speedrun, and this is one of those big reasons why just the hookshot just saves so much time here in Furnace.
Down to his last spell. Oh, goes for the quick furnace and gets it.
Love that kind of confidence.
The sad walk of shame if you don't get that one, but
Yeah.
confident and gets it.
But yeah, if you ever do the category extension of Hot Pot, where you just rush to Grandma as fast as possible to get the Hot Pot achievement, and you don't have the hookshot down here, it's a very different experience. Zuivel does not get the pre-cutscene furnace lit, so that is going to cost about 6 seconds waiting for the vault door to open.
Just learning from world record strats.
I think this is like the most camera movement I've seen in any of the matches.
Yeah,
so far.
Zuivel very letting us know when he's unhappy about something.
Yeah.
I usually just spin the bird, but spinning the camera also an option.
All right, Grandma, who has the most health out of any of the three bosses,
Yes,
or tied for the most. I don't remember.
the most.
Which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, Grandma has 120 HP.
I think. Yeah.
I think Frog King does as well.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they were tied, but I could be wrong. And then Betty has 90, if I'm not mistaken.
80.
Oh, was it 80?
Yeah.
Ooh, Shresh getting
God.
a bit bullied.
So scary. Don't get squished. Oh, no. Oh, poor Shresh.
Death to Grandma. You hate to see it.
This is actually like reasonably close to PB pace there too until that death for Shresh. Although I believe Shresh's PB has like golds for the entire end of the run, so it would have been tough, but maybe doable.
Also, fun fact that I recently learned about Grandma is when she throws those purple pots, they damage herself if they land next to her.
Yep.
So it helps to stand really close to her and have her deal damage to herself. Now you know.
And Zuivel's taking a little bit of damage here on the way through Furnace. You really just want to make sure that you have at least 2 HP going into the conveyor belt room. That way, if you miss your shots, you can jump off the edge in order to get back to the pots to get mana. If you have 1 health, you have to make the Walk of Shame back on the conveyor belt itself, which is just the worst.
Yeah.
There is a pot to plant a seed in after this section if you want it. Zuivel getting the fast cycle here. Really, really well done.
Yeah, very nice. And
Doesn't
Shresh
have-
has a couple of very easy bosses before standing between him and the end of the run.
Yeah, smooth sailing from here, honestly.
Zuivel out of mana.
Yeah, Zuivel has no mana. That's what I wanted to bring up. So gonna have to get a little bit here. Fortunately, like, was on a slow cycle anyway, so it didn't actually
Yeah.
cost any extra time to grab that mana.
Didn't work out too badly. But yeah, there's one section of the run where you really want to hit those grimaces, the slimes.
Yeah, I just
That
lumps
refill your mana
slimes.
there.
Grimaces, slimes, mucks, you know, whatever you want to, oozes. A lot of the enemies in this game have no official name, so it's really just up to whatever the heck you want to call them.
And Zuivel heading into Grandma as Shresh prepares to mash.
Yeah, it's honestly really cruel. The game, you know, tires you out with this this long mashing section right before probably the hardest and most skill-intensive boss fight in the entire game.
I've actually started really like paying attention to when text boxes appear because there are actually some pretty big gaps in here where you just don't need to
Yes.
press anything.
Yep,
Zuivel
that
having
is.
quite a good Grandma though.
Yeah, this is going really nice. Ooh, even gets the Nova deflect, doesn't get hit by it. Yeah,
Yeah, wow.
super clean. Made up
I
a
mean-
ton of ground on Shresh there by not dying to Grandma.
Yeah, even without the death, it was still just like quite a bit faster too.
Yep. So Shresh is approaching the end of this cutscene here, as we will. I forgot to fast store there, but also on the way to the same cutscene.
I do that all the time where I just like, okay, save and quit, time to start running in whatever direction. And not realizing you have to just turn around and go back in the door.
All right, here we go. Shresh opts to roll toward Grey Crow at the start of the fight there. Already taking a couple hits. Fight is so spooky.
It really is. Misses the deflect there.
Oh, again. This is tough. Shresh really has not done very much damage at all to Grey Crow.
Yeah.
Finally got a few good deflects in there. Finally starting to do a little bit of damage. Nice deflect, nice heavy.
Oh, he didn't get hit there. I guess he was hookshotting.
Yeah, it was mid hook shot. Another good deflect. just barely doesn't get hit by that one murderling, and there's the kill. Nice job. Really fast save and quit. Great Crow, the only boss where you can just instantly save and quit the second you kill it, and get out of there, and it counts the credit.
And runners high-fiving at death's door. One going in and one going out.
Yeah, this is a bit of a funny sequence in the speedrun where you basically do like 3 save and quits in a row.
Yeah, that's true. So let's see what strats Shresh is gonna bust out for the gauntlet, as there's been a lot of fairly recent, I guess, tech, new tech discovered. I don't know about new, but tech that's been people have been working into their runs in the gauntlet, like Betty Roll Skip and other instant doors things.
Yeah, the gauntlet has become an extremely technical part of the speedrun, which is really cool and also incredibly nerve-wracking as a runner, because it's right at the very end, and again, a death there is, I mean, it's a reset. Like, there's no coming back.
Mm-hmm. Gets the instant door on the Lord of Doors door, which is
Yeah, it goes for the safe
in and
version of it. The safe version, waiting for the door to kind of fully close and then going for it.
And Zuiivel starts his Grey Crow.
Shresh doing pretty safe strats here for the first part, just rolling between every set of attacks. Nice deflect there from Zuiivel. Probably would have liked to squeeze a little bit more damage in during that scream. Oh, 1 HP! Oh. Zuiivel!
Fine.
Oh no!
No, it's not.
Rolled right to where one of the murderlings spawned. So unfortunate.
Yeah.
Shresh not going for this first instant door. He's gonna play it safe. Oh man,
Although
that
Grey Crow
so
is
sad.
one of the faster fights to die in. Looks like Shresh is doing the quick door strats.
Yeah, doing instant doors. Just didn't go for the very first one. The newer one. That sequence of chains there does a good job. Knows where to run when you get that sequence of chains. The Grey Crow's always going to jump in from the top right there. So good job. Ooh, a little swaggy deflect. Gets the weird roll slash auto aim deflect. That can happen sometimes. Incredibly swag move. Shresh still hasn't taken damage here in Gauntlet. Doing a great job so far. See how this Betty phase goes. See if we get the roll skip. Just missed it.
Looks like Zuiivel has accidentally quit to desktop, I assume.
Yeah, probably.
Has typed whoops in chat.
Oh, Shresh goes for the swag roll there.
Swag.
Does like makes it to the so that roll is reasonably safe if you hold mostly up, because like Shresh had happened there, if you hold too much up, you still don't fall into the gap. You end up in this like space in between like the trash can on the side there, so you're not actually all the way across. And Shresh tried to just hug the wall and walk around the corner, but unfortunately dipped into the void instead. That swag roll is spooky for a few reasons. Like, not only is it just like at the end of Gauntlet and you really don't want to be falling into the void and losing time, taking damage. But also there's a bull door that runs right across that gap at you as you're trying to do that roll.
Yeah.
So it's incredibly stressful. I've honestly never tried it in a run.
Yeah, like how much time does it even save? Like it can't be very much.
Yeah. I mean, at most, it probably saves a roll and a half. I would, at most, I would guess.
It looks like Zuivel's OBS crashed, so I think that might be.
Yeah, we'll see. Fortunately, Zuivel not on PB pace here, and also it looks like Shresh is not to cast a curse, but is probably going to clean up Lord of Doors here without a death, so would have won anyway.
Yeah, you said not to cast a curse, so it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. I I was aware. Oh, Shresh trying out my new Lord of Doors strats.
Yeah, that's your strat, right?
Yeah. Why did I say words? That's crazy. Imagine doing that. There we go. Okay.
Nice.
123.15. Great run from Shresh.
Yeah, very clean. For the most part.
All right, we have both runners in. How are you guys feeling?
It's alright. I mean, some pretty silly mistakes in that round. Let's just say I was warming up, and I'll win the next one. No, yeah, GG to Shresh. I mean, hey, 123.15. That's an awesome time. Beats my PB by over a minute. So, yeah, pretty awesome. Very disappointed with the run though. It's alright.
Why is Zui's screen white? What did I have no idea what's happening. Sorry.
My OBS just randomly crashed after I accidentally quit the desktop after break throw. So yeah,
Oh no.
an
Shucks.
unfortunate series of events, but you know.
Yeah, the good news is that Zuivel wasn't on PB pace, and you would have beaten Zuivel with that time anyway. So
Yeah.
it wasn't ultimately too impactful. Hopefully, we can get it sorted before the next run.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why it's crashed exactly. It's never really happened before. But I reckon it won't happen again. So I'm just gonna assume it won't. So.
All right. Zui just crashed into Discord too. Oh, that was good timing. All right. Before we go to intermission, Zenith has an announcement to make. Zenith, if you take it
Hello,
away.
everybody. How is everyone doing in Death's Door?
Hey,
It's so
Sumit.
good.
Good.
Right,
Well,
yeah.
thank you so much for, first off, running the tournament over here. It means a lot to us on the Green Gaming community to have content up on the channel when we're in between our marathons. So thank you, first off. But second off, speaking of marathons, we have our next marathon coming up in October. It is October 21st to the 24th. The August link will be published in our announcements channel for signups, and the signups are going live Monday. So if you want to start putting games in, you want to run something spooky, want to run a randomizer, run a challenge run, yeah, definitely start thinking about things that you want to throw in there. We're going to be supporting Clean Air Task Force in October. So yeah, definitely come check that out.
That sounds amazing. Wow.
I might try and put something together.
Okay.
All right, well, you guys have a good luck on the second race, and yeah, have fun.
Thank you so much, Zenith. All right. So we're gonna go to intermission. Everybody, grab your to take a washroom break. Grab some snacks. We'll be right back.